Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. My guest this evening is Minor Vincent, president of Families Helping Families. Minor, welcome. How are you?
Good to be back.
Nice to be seen. It's been
a couple months.
I was going to say it's been a while, but you and I were on a kick that we were taping every 3-4 weeks for a couple months.
Well, in our active period.
Exactly. So, how's Families Helping Families, and since the last time you and I saw each other, what's been happening?
Very good. We just yesterday finished Christmas in Clinton, where we had our Soups On contest at Body Karma Studio on Main Street.
Right, okay.
We had 158 people come through the door. They got to taste 7 supers. Ooh. And the winner for the second year in a row, Scottish Days Pub.
There you go.
Second place was a new restaurant. Used to be Senecola's. It's now Chow, run by the Meat Hut people. Yep. And Rocky's Aqua was the third place winner.
Very nice. Did you have a chance to sample soup?
Had a chance to sample all the soups. They were wonderful.
Were they? Good.
Oh,
Good.
Nice. A lot of people downtown yesterday at all the events.
That's what I hear.
Nice weather helped.
It was a beautiful day yesterday.
Main Street was packed.
I was writing yesterday, but I'm like, okay, I can.
It was a good time.
I can get out of here.
So, we did. We had our apple pie. Then we did the Soups On contest. Yep. Our appeal letter is out now.
Excellent.
So the next event is our pancake breakfast.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about pancakes during this time. We might as well talk about them now, but I also wanted to maybe get a little bit of background information on Families Helping Families for our viewers and listeners that don't know who you are. But let's come back to that.
Okay.
So let's talk breakfast. Let's talk pancakes.
Pancake breakfast. First of all, it's to give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
It's not the Families Helping Families pancake breakfast, because that seems to be everybody's.
Right. Is it my pancake breakfast?
You're more than welcome. Is this a pitch for a Mezzetti benefit for Families Helping Families during the year?
It could be.
We have dates open.
It could be.
But no, first of all, people should know that we've been around for a while, and 2016 marks our 10th year in Clinton.
Excellent.
And the Lions Club were the first people to approach us and wanted to partner and do an event. Okay. So that's how Pancakes was born. Ooh. And they always do it the last Sunday in January, just before the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is the next Sunday.
The next following Sunday, right.
They do a great job. You can have you can eat pancakes. There's been times when they have homemade thick cut bacon. Yep. All the coffee, all the juice. We started out the first year, we had 75 people, and we've had as many as 320.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy
So it was on Sunday morning from 8:30 to 11:30, and the whole Lions Club shows up. Right. They cook, they clean, they put town hall green room back together the way it was, and it's just a remarkable thing that they do for us.
Excellent.
So they've been, one of our biggest supporters from the very beginning.
Excellent. So for those of my viewers and listeners out there that don't know who Minor Vincent is, or what Families Helping Families is, can you maybe tell us a little bit about the organization?
Like I said, we started off out 10 years ago, and our main mission was energy assistance. Since then, we have grown into 5 community outreach programs. We have energy assistance, we have a fresh produce program, we have Cancer Clinton, we have the Clinton Kids Initiative, and probably the program that has grown at the quickest rate is our Families to Families program.
What is that?
Basically, if there's a crisis in a family, we step in and help in any way we can, whether it's providing gas cards or food cards, energy assistance, whatever that family wants. One of our big efforts next year is going to be an all-out effort to help fund Warm the Children. Okay. And for your listeners and viewers who don't know what Warm the Children is, it's a program done in conjunction with the Old Saybrook Rotary Club. Sure. And what happens is that's their one of their main efforts for the whole year. So what they do is they fundraise, and then they will call Cheryl Church at Clinton Social Services.
Social Services, yeah.
And say, this is the amount of funds that you have. And so a kid, there's 2 age groups, I think it's like 2 to 8 years old, gets X number of dollars. From 8 to 18, they get a different amount of dollars.
Right.
Somebody will take them to Walmart, actually buy the clothes.
Yep.
So they're getting, boots and winter coats and winter shirts. And no money changes hands. They have an agreement with Walmart. It's automatically deducted from their fund account.
Yeah.
So it works wonderful.
Very nice.
The problem being is that this year, Cheryl's probably got, as of now, not counting people that are going to register, over 120 kids.
Holy cow.
Right. And when she first started 5 years ago, she had a dozen kids. So she obviously had a shortfall. So we made a contribution to help bring the fund up, and consequently, the Lions Club also made a contribution. So we're hoping that, before Christmas, there'll be enough funds in that account to pay for every kid that needs warm clothes.
Very nice.
So that's going to be one of our priorities next year, because there seems to be a lot of groups that do the Toys for Tots, and sometimes the clothing needs is not very, sexy, for lack of a better word.
Right.
So, but we want to make sure that, those kids have all the winter clothes that they need.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
So that's an offshoot of families and part of Clinton Kids Initiative.
Okay.
Clinton Kids Initiative is, this year, there was an overwhelming need for backpacks.
Yep.
So Cheryl had an arrangement with a store that they would get backpacks at a good price, and we funded part of that effort.
Excellent. Excellent.
Cans for Clinton, it's there's like a drought after Easter and all the way till October, and probably to the end of October.
All right.
There are no food drives.
No.
So the shelves at the food pantry go empty.
Right.
Some of the high-priced commodity items we can buy cheaper, so we try and fill in, like laundry detergent and toothpaste, toothbrushes, things like that. And if whatever their needs are for canned fruits and vegetables, we also do that. Fresh Produce Program.
I was going to say,
we work with a produce distributor.
Yep.
They deliver every Wednesday, which is the day that the food pantry gives out food.
Sure.
It's exceptionally fresh, and we buy at wholesale prices as opposed to somebody going to Stop and Shop.
Right, exactly. Buying it from Stop and Shop. Or...
Energy assistance. We work with Cheryl, and when people's allocation of their fuel allowance has run out, we step in and provide additional supplies for them.
Okay.
One of the problems with the state fuel allocation system is that it doesn't start until, I think, like November 6th.
Okay. So
there are cold nights in September and October, and we fill that gap too. So that's a quick overview of where we are, and we wouldn't be anywhere without the generous support of not only the businesses in town, but all the people in town too. So,
exactly. Now, how did we're gonna go back to breakfast here for a second. How did the pancake breakfast, he says, get started?
Actually, the Lions Club came to us. We were a brand new organization.
Really?
We had done a food drive in the fall 9 years ago. Yeah. And they came to us and said, how can we help? So they came up with the idea of having a pancake breakfast to kick off our year of activities. And in the 9 years, they've raised over $11,000 for us.
Oh my goodness!
And over 3,500 pounds of food.
Holy cow!
So it's been very successful. They promote it. Like I said, basically, we stand there and thank everybody, and they do all the heavy lifting.
Exactly.
Those plates of the pancakes can be heavy.
Yeah, dang, plates, the plates of the pancakes could be heavy. Now, as far as we're getting ready, we're about to kick off the holiday season, so you guys probably aren't doing anything besides pancakes. Your next event's probably in the spring, and I believe you guys do a food drive. And hopefully, when you do you got to promise me something. Hopefully.
I know what you're going to say.
When you do the food drive, what am I going to say?
Do it on a day where you can wear your bathing suit.
Yes, please. It is, as you and I know, when you do your spring food drive,
it's always the coldest day.
It's always freezing, and people feel bad for us, which is an okay thing, but it is always freezing to death.
Hopefully, the sympathy factor, they'll give us a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. We should have we should have a sympathy container, separate container for donations.
So I guess I should prepare you now because it's the last Saturday in March this year.
I think I'm going to be in Aruba that weekend, but we'll figure that out.
Well, it's Easter weekend, so I know you'll be home.
No, I'm going to be out with you guys at the food drive. I'm going to be out with
home
you
in
guys
Clinton,
at the food drive.
as opposed to Aruba.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. So what other events? I know we're going to talk about pancakes in the second half, but let's talk about some of the other upcoming events for next year that we have on the docket.
Right now, because we're so small, it's hard for us to put on an event by ourselves.
Right.
So we're talking with other organizations in town about co-partnering to put on an event. We're talking with the Shoreline Community Women to bring back Crazy for Cupcakes, which we have always held in April.
Yep.
We're talking with Scottish Dave.
Yep. Sure.
To have a battle of the band at Town Hall. The bagpipers and the drummers and the singers.
Why don't we have it at Scottish Dave's?
Because we're hoping
it's too small.
No, we're hoping that we can blow the roof off Town Hall.
All right, we could do that. All right.
So, and we will do that in conjunction. We will do that in conjunction with the chambers, so that it'll be a fundraiser not only for us,
for them as well,
but for the fireworks display.
There you go. Which is, I believe, August, late August. Yeah.
So, hopefully, if we can partner with some people, we can have some more events. So that's what we're looking to do.
Right. And speaking of Scottish Dave, I'm gonna tell a story about you and I right about now. About a Tuesday night, in the conglomerate of, how should we explain this to the people?
How should we explain the pretty, intelligent, caring, charitable women of Clinton?
Yeah. How do we describe them, or how should we explain them?
Well, it's a fun time. Basically,
it is.
What happens is that every other Tuesday night, and it started with by Jane Scully Welsh, we go to Scottish Dave's for happy hour.
Right.
And what has happened is the happy hour has turned into a charity hour, because every other Tuesday, we pick a different charity to help. Like we did last time, we did gloves, socks, scarves, hats for the Cindy Stevens and the Shoreline Community Women, for the boxes for soldiers. Tomorrow night, we're asking everybody to make a donation to help Cheryl Church in the Warm the Children Fund. So what turned out to be a nice social evening, which it is, has really turned into a help for a lot of Clinton charities.
Exactly. Minor Vincent, Families Helping Families. Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
I'd love to.
We'll be right back.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm sitting here with Minor Vincent from Families Helping Families. Minor, welcome back. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I think we know each other too well. We're having too much fun.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know. And I think we actually have tonight, I'm not going to swap lives, but we actually have a studio audience with us tonight, too, which is keeping everything lively and lightheaded tonight. So, all right. So the first segment we talked about families helping families and all the events, but I'm opening this segment. Let's talk about breakfast.
Okay.
When I think breakfast,
You think pancakes, as our many breakfasts together have proven.
right. All right. So Families Helping Families is joined forces with the
Clinton
Lions Club, and they're doing a pancake breakfast, I believe.
It's the last
Sunday in January.
Yep.
At the town hall.
Town hall, from 8:30 to 11:30.
Okay.
One of the features is homemade thick-cut bacon, all the pancakes you can eat, juice, coffee, chance to catch up. Hopefully it's a warm day. We can all come out of our houses and talk to friends and neighbors.
Exactly.
It's a good time. Like I said, we started off, the first year was 75, and we've had as many as 320. So, and they never ran out of food, so people don't need to worry.
Oh my goodness. Now let me ask you this question: as far as admission fee to get in the door,
There's no charge.
What is it?
There is no charge. People would like to make a cash donation
They
or
can do that.
bring some non-perishable food items.
Sure.
That would be great.
Awesome. And I know we talked about this during the first segment. How did the event come about? How did the event happen?
They approached us.
Okay.
And they wanted to. We had done a food drive, and we kind of explained to them, what our original mission was, to provide dollars for energy assistance.
Okay.
And they wanted to be a part of that, and so this will be the 10th breakfast we've done in a row with them.
Excellent.
And, so they came to us and they said, what do you think? And we were very happy to join forces with them. And they've been with us ever since. They were the first, and, they're still our biggest supporter in town because they do a lot of other events around town. So we're happy that we can be a part of them.
Now, is this the only event that you guys partner up with, is the pancake breakfast?
As of now, we're hoping, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I will, that when we start our Warm the Children campaign next year, we want them to be a part of that.
Very
and
nice.
Knowing how community oriented they are, I'm sure that there'll be no problem. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And other notable items from Families Helping Families that we want to get out to the general public is what?
Well, I think that people aren't aware of just how generous the Clinton community is, because our goal, and I'm probably certain we'll surpass that, is we wanted to give out $40,000 during 2015. Okay. And the way it's looking is that we will probably exceed that, and we want to make sure that in 2016, that we have...
The money's still there.
The money's there, and, we adequately fund programs. It's a... the produce truck pulls up to the food pantry, and, $500 or $600 goes real quick, because, fruit and vegetables are the most expensive things. Right. And I do need to put in a plug for Margaret and Peter Laram from Holy Advent Church.
Yes, please.
With the community garden.
Yes, please.
Because how it works is that during the summer, they provide, and St. Mary's Church also. There's 2 community gardens in Clinton, and they provide all the vegetables from, say, the beginning of May until the end of September. So what happens is, in that time, in fact, this year, the garden at the Holy Advent Church donated 6,700 pounds of vegetables. Wow. So what happens is, during that time, we can concentrate on buying fruit. Okay. So that, people think of a food pantry as, you're getting bread and you're getting cans of food. Right. But at the Clinton Food Pantry, there's a balance, very nutritious vegetables, fruit, and things like that. So the community gardens play a large role in helping us with our program of providing produce.
Right. Now, it's not going to be an ism, but it's going to be an example. All right, so let's say.
I thought we settled this before the show started.
No, we did, but I'm making a point.
Allow you a little leeway.
Give me a little leeway. I'm making a point.
It's your show.
Yes. I write a check. Right. I take out my checkbook. I write a check to Families Helping Families. I mail the check.
I thought you wanted to write a check on air.
Yeah, exactly. And then once the check is received by Minor Vincent and Families Helping Families, how do you figure out where the money is allocated or where the money goes?
So what we do is we'll sit down in the first week of January, and we will make decisions on what programs are going to receive what funding.
Okay.
All right. Now this year, two of the biggest needs are Clinton Kids Initiative
Yeah.
and Families to Families.
Okay.
And because of the recent drop in the oil prices, our energy assistance dollars goes a lot further.
Right.
So the amounts that we funded that program in the past won't be as large. So we can shift some of those resources to other programs. And what we do is we keep track on a monthly basis on how much it goes to each program.
Okay. Wow, very nice.
Well, you know, one of our biggest things is,
Yep.
first of all, we want people to know that our programs have no overhead. You know, we have a board, 8 people on our board of directors. They all volunteer, and now they go above and beyond, because when we need things, they go out and buy them.
Right.
So our overhead is very low. But 100% of every publicly raised money
Yep.
goes directly into those programs. And what we do is we have a spreadsheet. Every single deposit is recorded.
Yep.
Every single expenditure in terms of each one of those
Programs.
5 outreach programs
Yeah.
is recorded. It's on a sheet, and it's our integrity is one of the most important things. We want people in Clinton. First of all, we want people to donate. Everybody wants to shop locally.
Right. Donate
we want people
locally.
to donate locally, whether it's to us or one of the other fine charities in town.
Right.
But our integrity is the most important thing. So if anybody ever asks, I can just press the button on my computer, spit out the sheet, say, here it is. You want to see your deposit,
Right. Here it is.
here's your deposit. Now, obviously, there's some donations that people like to remain anonymous,
Right.
but that's also recorded in a separate sheet,
Okay.
so everybody can see it. Our board of directors, when we have our meeting, they see all the dollars.
Right. Now, speaking of boards of directors for the organization, who is it?
Okay, there's myself,
Yeah.
Lynn Heideck,
Okay.
Mari Lee,
Yep. Sure.
David Lee, not related.
Nope. No relation. Okay.
Lynn Heideck,
Yeah.
Dawn Hiddle, Jessica Demers,
Yep.
and
You're
so
forgetting
probably
one.
Jerry Veith.
Thank you. Okay.
So it's a small group.
It
but,
is a small board of directors, but you guys do a lot. You guys do a lot of work in the community.
The people that don't get the most credit, who should get a lot more credit, is the people who have picked up the phone, just say, when you do an event, call me. We've got people that have, like yourself, who've done the food drive.
I was going to say.
But every time I call you, it says,
I don't-
leave a message.
Yeah, right.
I'm tired of those things. No.
Every time I call, I don't call you back.
But the thing is, like yourself, you always do the spring food drive. And,
Yeah.
and we have like a group of 6 or 8 people. That's what they do. They do the spring food drive, And so we have a list of people, we're doing an event, apple pie.
Yeah, there you go.
20 people, that's, just say, tell me what you want me to do and I'll be there.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a small board of directors, but you know what? It's
You got a
there's
bigger.
a whole bunch
You
of
got a
people.
bigger community to make up the.
Yeah, and a lot of those same people are doing, a lot of other charitable events.
Right.
And belong to charitable organizations all over town. So, we're really blessed in Clinton.
Exactly. Now, how Families Helping Families is what, 10?
8.
10 years? 8.
8 people on the board of
All right.
directors.
Now, how many years has it been in existence?
2016 will be our 10th year.
Wow. Good for
And I
you.
haven't totaled up all the dollars from every year, but I think we're inching closer to the $250,000 mark.
Really?
Really.
Good for you
Yeah,
guys.
it's-
Good
yeah.
for you.
Like I said, it's a testimony to the people in town.
It is. It's definitely a testimony to the people in town. So, I guess as Minor Vincent, President and CEO of Families Helping Families, what drives you to do what you do?
Very simple. We're blessed.
All right.
So we're just passing on the blessing. We're all walking down the same road, and if we're strangers, that's not such a good thing. We just, sticking out our hand and say, how can we help?
Exactly.
It's basically that simple. I think the thing that people don't realize is the increasing need And every year there's more and more and more and more.
Right.
So we just try and, we try and do the best we can, and wherever there's a need, we try, like we have a man who repairs bicycles, does it for free.
You know what? I saw a post on Facebook about the bicycle. Can we talk about that? Can we talk
Sure.
about the bicycle
Yeah.
event? Go for it.
The gentleman's name is Paul Egan. He lives in Clinton, and for years his mission was getting bicycles, completely refurbishing them so they look like new. If you saw the picture on Facebook,
I did.
You'd be hard pressed to say that those bikes aren't brand new. So he happened to come to an apple pie, and we just started talking, and he was telling me about what he does, and we said, we'd like to work with you. So what we do is we give him some money, and he buys parts and tires and chains and spokes and handlebars.
Yep.
And he uses pieces from bikes that he has. So right now we're hoping that he can have enough bikes to, when they give out the Toys for Tots in Clinton, some of those bikes will go to needy children.
Very nice.
So it's, he doesn't charge anything for his labor or anything. It's just something that he wants to do, and
good for him.
We're happy to provide him the parts, because before he was doing a lot of dumpster diving, and
no,
we didn't want him to
you don't do that.
Yeah, so it's good. And in fact, there was an article in the Harbor News last week, and I've gotten like 10 phone calls from people who had bikes that were sitting in the garages and wanted to donate.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw the piece in the Harbor News last week, as a matter of fact.
So that's it's. We say we have 5 community outreach programs, but sometimes there's
one
part
sneaks
A
in on
and
you.
part B and part C for some of
One
those
sneaks in on you, and then you don't know what you're doing.
And that's the beauty, that we have the funds to be able to step up and say, we're on board.
Exactly.
How can we help?
Exactly. Well, speaking of being on board, we've got about a little less than a minute to go. So before we say goodnight, let's talk about pancakes.
I'm ready.
When, where, and what time?
Last Sunday in January.
Yep.
Clinton Town Hall.
Yep.
8:30 to 11. Pancakes, homemade bacon, thick cut, coffee, juice, all you can eat. 8:30 to 11:30. Clinton Lions Club puts this on every year. It helps us raise money for our programs.
Nice.
And it's free.
Yeah.
If you want to make a donation, cash donation, that's fine. If you want to bring some cans of non-perishable food,
that's okay
great
too.
also.
You can then after that's over, you guys take the non-perishable food over to the food pantry.
Goes directly to the food pantry.
I think I've done that more than once in my life with you, more than once in my life after an event.
Well, I know, but I don't. I want to save you for the Ultra Cold Spring Food Drive.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can do it.
We could definitely do that. Well, Minor Vincent from Families Helping Families, I want to thank you for coming down tonight.
Pete, thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
Helping us out.
On behalf of Minor, I'm Peter. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next week.